Hey everyone, in this video, we're gonna be learning about how to do a trifold brochure in Affinity. Now, there's 3 key takeaways from this video. Number 1 is what are the proper guides in order for your brochure to print and fold properly. Number 2 is going to be the simple but elegant layout that you guys see on your screen right now. I'm gonna walk you guys through it step by step, how to actually recreate this in Affinity. But for those of you that don't have time to actually do that, this template will also be on our website, so check that out, link in the description. And number 3 is how to add interactive elements like a QR code that people can scan to go to your website. All right, folks, we're starting off in Affinity, and the first thing we're gonna do is select the preset for letter size paper. We're going to go down into the multi-page setting, and since there's a front and a back to the brochure, we're gonna turn on multi-page. We're gonna actually check off facing pages and turn the number of pages to 2. For margins, we're also gonna switch this on, and then we're gonna turn this into a 0.5 inch. Down one more is going to be the bleed. We're also gonna turn that on and turn this into 0.25. So after we get that done, we're gonna go ahead and create the document. Before we continue, it's very important that we understand how to lay out the guides in order for us to print this out. So here's a very helpful guide from bugpress.com. In this diagram, it teaches you everything you need to know about bleed, trim, and safe area. Now, the one thing that I want to talk to you guys about is that you notice that the 3 different panels in this brochure are not the same size. And the reason for that is when you're trying to fold something, one of the panels needs to be a little bit smaller so that when you fold it inside like this, it's comfortable to fold the outer one over it. So that's why one of the folds is going to be a little bit smaller than all the other ones. So knowing all of this, let's go ahead and create our guides. Okay, so we're back in Affinity and we're gonna create some guides. I've done the math so you don't have to, and feel free to copy my numbers here. But the front, so page 1, we're gonna use as the outside, and then page 2, we're gonna use as the inside. So for page 1, we're going to create guides by going into View, Guides, and for the actual vertical guides, we're going to create 2 different guides. The first one at 3.607 inches, and then the second one at 7.274 inches. On the second page, it's going to be on the inside, so the relationship is actually flipped. We're going to have our smallest on the right and then the biggest on the left. So again, going into View, Guides, and then for the vertical guides, we're going to be doing 3.725 and 7.392. To help me out a little bit more, I'm also going to just write in with text what each page is going to be. So all I'm doing is going over to the frame text tool, dragging this out, and just labeling each page so that I know where they are. Okay, great. We can also take these, copy it, and then go to the second page, paste this, and then label this as well. Okay, I'm going back into the first page, and something I like to do is just select all of these and group them. So Control Group, and we're going to just lock this layer so we don't move it. All right, everything really involves 3 tools that we're using to create this. So it's super simple. But on the front cover, we need our title as well as a picture on the right here. So all we're gonna do is use this tool, which is the rectangular frame tool or picture frame rectangle tool, and just drag out a picture. Make sure we're dragging the picture all the way out to the actual bleed rather than the page margin here. And then all we're going to do is drag an image inside this frame. So drag and drop, boom, the image is in here, and we can move this image in and out as well as zooming it so that it's bigger or smaller in our canvas. And I'm going to adjust this so that it is on the bottom, and it's going to take up a big portion of the bottom of the page. Now we're going to be adding the text on the top of the frame here for our title. Now it might be helpful to just toggle this on and off. So for this, I'm gonna toggle it off so that I don't see it. And then I'm going to use the same frame tool and just create a nice frame text box up top here. Okay, after I have something that I'm happy with, I can change this to a font that I want. So for this one, I'm gonna use Futura. And I'm going to use something like a demi, but I'm also going to increase this to something a lot larger, like a 48-point font. Make sure you drag that out if your text disappears, and that looks pretty good as a title. The last thing I'm going to do is just edit this because I don't like how there is so much white space between the 2 lines. So I'm going to change this so that it's not on default and just play around with this until I find something that works. I'm just going to move this all the way to the right side of the frame here, and then I'm going to use another text tool, drag out another text box, just for a little bit of a subheading here. For the subheading, I'll use a A-Team font text, and we're going to create a little bit of color in this brochure. And so for this one, I'm going to be using a red. Okay, I'm also going to make it bold. And if we want to preview what our page looks like, we can always use Control Shift and W to get rid of all the guides. For the last element on this page, I'm just going to add a little bit of body text here. And for the purposes of this, I'm going to insert it as filler text. Make sure that my text is a nice black color, and make sure that my text is not too big. So I'm going to be using 10 here. Next, I'm going to be adding a logo on the page. So again, just drag and drop and size it so that it makes sense. So for me, I'm just going to do something like this. And then to finish this page off, this is the same concept with all the other pages, is going to be a nice little element here that really highlights the photo. And we're going to do that by going over to the rectangle tool and just dragging out a rectangle. It can be whatever length that you think would fit here. And then I'm going to use that same color to just be consistent. It's actually right here, so I'm going to be using that. Now I do want this to go underneath the photo, so I'm going to right click, arrange, and send this to the back. I'm going to hide it just a tiny bit. And if we preview, you can see that now there's this little highlight that really spices up the page a little bit. All right, folks, that is the first page done. We're going to be using the exact same 3 tools to do the rest of the entire layout. I'm going to go in order of what you see on the brochure. So the first one is our front cover, and that's done. The next thing you're going to see is the inside flap. So let's do this page right here with the inside flap. It's also going to be super simple. We're going to start off with the same frame tool, and we're going to drag it out so that it doesn't really hit the edge of the curb there. And then we're going to just drag in an image. Okay, after we have the picture in, what we can do is now just drag and copy elements on the page. So here I'm using Alt or Command in order to just drag elements and copy them. So if I want another text here, I can go in and edit the color of this. Let's say it's a nice black color. Same thing if we want something like a body text, just drag this over and you have your body text. So it's super simple. Okay, with this page done, let's go over to page number 2, because this is when you actually flip everything open and the 3 panels kind of unfold in front of you. For the design here on inside panel 1, we're just going to do a very simple frame, and it's going to go from the outside of the margin to the bottom. And we're also going to leave approximately the exact same amount of space on this side right here where it folds onto the next page. Drag an image into this, adjust it a little bit, and we're basically almost done this page. So this page, I'm gonna use a nice bold box with the frame tool, drag this out approximately 2/4 of the way down the page, make this into our highlight color, and this is going to be serving as a background for a nice quote that you can put here. So for our quote, we can reference something like our subheading. So I'm gonna be grabbing it from the previous page, Control Copy, and then paste it onto this page. Before I move it on top of this element, I'm going to change the color of it. I think white would be a really nice color here. So I'm going to do that and just move it on top. Make sure you manipulate the frame box so that it is within our margin and also has kind of equal margins on the side when you're looking at this red box. We're going to fill this with placeholder text for now. And we're also going to just increase the size of this a little bit. Now, one thing I like to add is a nice little notation on the bottom here. So I'm going to type it in, and it's just going to be the quotation mark. So the quotation mark, we have to choose one that doesn't look like this, but rather something that, you know, has the little comma shape to it. So something like this would work really well. And all we have to do is adjust the size so that it's pretty big inside this box. You can put it on the top here. And for this particular one, I'm actually going to just decrease the opacity of our block. So let's try something like 80 so we can kind of see what's going on in the background as well. All right, so for panel number 2, this one's going to be a text page. So we're going to copy a lot of the elements that we already have from the previous sides. So on the bottom here, I want to try something that's like a top 3 feature or a Q&A, but I'm going to be using the exact same text, but I'm going to be typing like question 1, followed by filling out with some placeholder text. And for this, I'm going to make it shorter. And also I'm going to make this bold. So on the top here, if I switch on the bold, it should bold everything in here. So this is kind of like the question. And then on the bottom, if we just copy the exact same thing down, we can go ahead and fill it with placeholder text, but make it so that it's not bold. And immediately you have some hierarchy here that is speaking to a question and answer format. And the last thing I'm going to do to add just a little bit of hierarchy onto this page is drag one of these rectangles. So here I'm going to zoom in just a tiny bit, use the rectangle tool, and just try to hit kind of where the box ends for the question. I'm going to make this into our dark gray, and I'm going to drag this for number 2 as well as number 3. The last panel on the right here is going to be a simple picture with a rectangle and some text. So you guys already know how to do that. I'll speed this thing up. All right, so that's our 3 panels. And if we go back to the last page, which is the back cover, we're gonna have to go all the way up to this area. This is where we're adding our QR code as well. The first step is a little bit unique because I'm going to be using a rectangle to cover the back and just make it a solid color. We're gonna do something a little bit bold with the contacts page, which is this very last page. And we're going to use this same gray that we've been using and just put everything on here. Now it's very useful to just right click on this and make sure you send this to the back before you do anything else, because everything else will be coming on top of it, which will save you a lot of time. So we're gonna add a QR code right in the middle of this page, right underneath these 2 bars. And it's very easy to do so. All we have to do is go to this rectangle tool that we've been using this whole time, right click on it and go all the way down to QR code tool. You just have to drag it out, and it's the same thing as any other object. You can change the color of it. So if I want it to be red, I can change that. But I think perhaps the most important thing that you want to change is if you go up to the attributes and it says data, you can actually change this. You can change the type to phone, SMS, email. But for this, I have URL and it's going to lead to my website. So let me know if this works. Scan it. Let me know if this works. And that's it. That's our trifold brochure. If you guys have learned anything new from this video, please don't hesitate to leave a like, subscribe. And if you're interested in how to learn this in InDesign as well, I have a video right here that you can watch also. With that said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.